Peace, love, and light to your family. What's poppin'? It's your guy, Mr. Richie Moon God. This is the Richie Moon Show, and this is my first solo show. But before we tap into today's events, you know we gotta hit the sponsors up. We gotta pay them bills. So, the Richie Moon Show is sponsored by the amazing, the immaculate, the elite Gold Water. Now listen, we live in very much a chemicalized world, so why not give yourself the minerals? We live in such an acidic world. Why not adorn your body with alkaline material, with alkaline minerals? So at Gold Water, we have vitamin smart moss, we have sea moss, we have nootropics, that's the crown's that's the crown's oil, and we have, of course, the Gold Water. The Gold Water has a pantheon of benefits as far as your mind, your body, your soul, as far as making the synapses in your brains connect faster. So our thoughts are literally like streams. When you say like it's a stream of thought, so you have your neurons and then you have your synapses. And after a while, after bad diet, after this environment, after stress, your neurons in your synapses, it starts to slow down. What the Gold Water does is quickens that back up, so your thoughts are on point, your vocabulary is on point. You can convey your thoughts in a more clear and conscious way. So tap into Gold Water. Go to my link in the bio on Instagram, and you can tap into some Gold Water. You know what I'm talking about? Talk black to me, talk wealthy to me. But yes, I'm excited. Today is my first solo show. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I was a bit nervous with this. You know, I was like, oh, am I gonna go live with it? You know, my lives are hit and miss. You know, sometimes I get a lot of people in there. Sometimes I don't get anybody in there. But I just decided that I was just gonna do this in a video format because this is a format that I feel more comfortable with. You know, I'm not sitting there looking at, oh, how many people are in a room and all this and who's asking questions. Nah, I just wanna just give you the information. I just need to just give you the information. So these last 2 weekends, oh yes, I got the, you know what I'm saying, got the heart chakra. Got the heart chakra sage going on, you know what I'm talking about? Got that heart chakra sage going right there, you know what I'm talking about? Because yes, it's coming from the throat. Yes, it's coming from the throat, but my thoughts, my mind, you know, the thoughts are coming right from my heart. You know, I'm speaking through my heart. So that's why I got the heart chakra sage burner right now. So these last couple of weekends have been amazing. They have literally been life-changing. I've been down in Atlanta, or Atlantis, as the Bobby Hemmett would say. I was down in Atlantis, and the first time I went, it was to check some family. It was really to get away from New York. And I know people are like, oh, we're in a worldwide pandemic. Why are you just traveling? That's how I keep my relationship with New York. I have to step away from New York for a second to truly appreciate it. And also, I just haven't seen some of my family in a really long time, and I just needed to get away from my own, from my own mental health, you know? And it's not that I'm not taking this serious, but here's what I say to people. When I look at the whole COVID situation, I look at it as a fighter that's been training for years. He's been challenged, he's been training for a fight. And when he finally meets that fight, he's ready for that fight because he's been training for years. A lot of people, their health has not been a priority for them. So they have not been training their immune system. They have not been getting ready. So now that this opponent in the form of COVID is here, now they're trying to train and fight at the same time, as opposed to a lot of us who have been training this entire time. And now that the COVID here, it's like, oh, bow, we got you, chill. My immune system is on point. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I emphasize the Gold Water. Yes, I make money off it, but this is a material that can really change your immune system. Our smart moss and our vitamin C moss has a high level of zinc in it. You know what I'm saying? It has sea moss, 92 out of the 100, 92 out of the 102 minerals that your body needs. So, you know what I'm saying? Tap into the Gold Water. But yeah, so I've been up and down, back and forth to Atlanta. Like I said, the first time was just for some family. We just chilling, just politicking, whatever. And the second time I went down there was actually for the DMT lecture, the Dark Matter Timing Lecture. And I feel like, much like with my trip with Atlanta, this video that I'm doing now is right. It's not on schedule, but god damn it, is it right on time. So check. I was actually supposed to do this on Friday, But some things happened. I ended up meeting up with Red. We ended up filming. I ended up just getting super busy. But I'm glad. I'm glad that I didn't do it on Friday, because a piece of a part of the dark matter timing, I'm pretty sure was inspired by the fact that Beyoncé was coming out with the Black is King. At this time, she only put out the preview of it. She only put the trailer for it. And ironically, on Friday, when I was supposed to do the video about the dark matter timing, you know what I'm saying, she dropped that video. So now I can combine both, because both of them are intertwined, because both of them are heavily involved with the mythos and putting yourself in the mythos. But we're going to tap into that in just 1 second. I felt so compelled to go down to Atlanta. One, simply just because when I go down to Atlanta, I feel in my heart, from the sole of my feet to the top of my head, running throughout all my chakras, everything. This is where I am supposed to be. The energy out there, the love out there is wonderful. So if you're from New York area, or you've just been tapped into the conscious community, you know that for a very long time, 125th and Lenox, 25th was the epicenter for consciousness. That energy, not saying that it's not still, well, it's not. I'm going to go ahead and say, in my opinion, it's not. I mean, the energy is still there, but that energy has transferred to Atlanta. And what they have done in Atlantis is they've taken that energy and they've superimposed it onto a wider area. There's so many Black businesses out there, and maybe that's why I felt just such at home being down there. So many Black businesses, beautiful Black women and men just supporting each other, and the love was just genuine. People just really wanted to support each other. People just really want, you know what I'm saying? Oh, if I ain't got it, oh, don't worry, sister over there got it. Oh, don't, sister, oh, I ain't got it. Oh, don't worry, brother over there down the block. Well, here, take their cards because they got it. You know what I'm talking about? Speaking of cards, 1 second. I want to shout out to all the Black businesses that I met down there, that I tapped in with them. Shout out to my guy, Ulu. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him. He's actually going to be on the show. If y'all see me post the pictures with the crowns, this is the maker of that. What's interesting about Atlanta, so, you know, anywhere, you know, everybody got clubs and lounges and stuff like that, but I'm speaking kind of specifically to my New York people and people that are familiar with this. So you know how you go on 25th or whatever, or anywhere, you know, at Square, whatever, and there's vendors around, you know what I'm saying? You got the street vendors out there. They have those in clubs. Like, I think that is so fire. You go into a club and you can go and get your sage or get whatever you need to right in the club. You know what I'm talking about? Talk Black to me. Talk wealthy to me. Talk innovation to me. You know what I'm talking about? Like that, just that simple idea, and they've moved it. Like I said, they've taken the initial idea that was on 25th, and they've taken it and they've expanded it. You know what I'm saying? I think that's dope. And also, one of the differences between New York and Atlanta is, I feel like in New York there was a lot of kind of like a lot of tribalism. There was almost kind of like a gang mentality, kind of with the consciousness. You know, you had the NOI and the Hebrew Israelites, you had the Kemetic and all that. You know what I'm saying? And at one time, you know, debate culture in the conscious community was a big thing. But I feel like in Atlanta, they have taken the pieces of that and they've not perfected it, but they've smoothed it over in a good way, where everybody's just like, man, forget that debate stuff, man. They turned up. They're hungry down there. They know what time it is, and they're just building and building and building and building. Another thing I like about being down in Atlanta too was at the Dark Matter Timing Conference. It was a 2-day event. You know, it's an open carry state out there. So brothers, and I didn't see any sisters, but I'm pretty sure they were, just because they weren't showing it. Brothers down there were strapped. I felt so protected. In New York, we can't do that. You know what I'm saying? We had a lot of master teachers in there. We had a lot of important people in there. Somebody could just came in there, and actually could have been a massacre. This could have been a completely different story. I'm not speaking that into the universe, but we know the kind of world that we live in. There were so many brothers in there just strapped, and it wasn't like, oh, I got that blicky. No, they were strapped just like a face mask. It was just on them, and I felt protected. I love that. I love to see my Black men that was on point and militant and having a good time, but they strapped up. You know what I'm saying? It's that balance. You know what I'm talking about? Talk Black to me. Talk wealthy to me. One of the biggest takeaways, you know, I always knew the importance of astrology. I always knew that those teachers, you know, for whether it's numerology or astrology, that those two teachings played a critical part in our lives. Whether you believe it or not, numbers and astrology play an absolute critical part in your life. It doesn't matter if you believe it or not, but you know, we're run by numbers and we're run by astrology, and that's just straight up shoot. But being in the presence of a master teacher, being in the presence of somebody that you can just give a nugget amount of information to, and they can just give you a mountain full back, is wonderful. It's an eyebrow raising experience, and I can sit here and I can give you a cornucopia of examples. I can give you a plethora of subjects that they went in on, but until you are there and you experience it yourself, I can throw as many $5 words as you as possible, but you have to bear witness. You have to feel the energy in yourself. You have to feel your own Kundalini energy start to rise, you know what I'm saying, from your root up. You have to feel that yourself. I cannot put that in words. You have to just be there and experience it. A.A. Rashid said, if you haven't got a reading by Ra Haku, you's a fool. And I truly believe that. Shout out to Ra Haku. Shout out to A.A. Rashid. Shout out to Red Pill. Shout out to Blue Pill. Shout out to Billionaire PA. Shout out to Kefra. Shout out to Mama Pill. We had so many dope people, but let's tap straight into it. So the DMT conference, day one, Red Pill, one of my teachers was the host, and Kefra is a master student of Ra Haku. So he got up there and he kicked the event off and rocked the mic, man. He talked about how hip hop directly correlates to us and how it's speaking to our spirituality. And also, it was interesting. All of them were talking about mythos, but they were talking about it from different perspectives. So you were getting a collective story told through different perspectives, much like the Black is King. You're getting the same story told through different lenses and different perspectives. Shout out to Kefra. I'm actually gonna go down to Philly and tap in with the brother, because there's some mounds down there that I would like to just have interviews on, I would like to gather the energy on. And shout out to Roz Bent for that type of information. And I just want to tap in with the brother, you know what I'm saying? That's one of the things I love about this event too. Like yeah, we're all smart and we're on a consciousness tip, but these are cool people. So like, I feel like I made new family, I made new friends. These are people that I can just, we can talk about the consciousness stuff, but I can also hit them up like, yo, what's popping? Yeah, I'm in your tent. Let's link up. You know what I'm talking about? Like, and stuff like that. And that's what I love. I love being around like-minded individuals that's on the same path as I. You know what I'm saying? That's just, we all move into a collective betterment of our people, and I love that. I don't have enough friends that are on that path, so it felt good to connecting with the family. It felt like it was a family reunion, to be honest with you. It was just to be around those kind of people. I love it. I love it. I'm almost getting emotional thinking about it, because I'm not around enough like-minded people like that's just on that same mission, that's on that same journey. And our missions and journeys don't have to be exact same, but our destination is the same, the uplifting and the betterment of our people. And I love that shit, man. I fucking love that shit. But that's another reason why I love being in Atlantis. You know what I'm saying? Another interesting thing, the ratio for men to women are 1 to 20. For a single young god like me, you know what I'm talking about? Talk black to me, talk woman to me. I love that. You know what I'm talking about? And it's wonderful because a lot of them are already on that mind state. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them are already tapped in. So they would have been on that path regardless if I would have been in their life or not. And that's a whole other subject for a whole other time, and I will be talking about that, my trials and tribulations with love and stuff like that. But it's wonderful to find a woman that's on that tip already. You know what I'm saying? So good, you can teach me love, and I can teach you, and we can build together. You know what I'm saying? So the first day of the conference, I said I kicked out with Kefra, then Ra Haku, and then Blue Pill. Blue Pill has had the narrative on the COVID-19 since December. Like, you got to tap in with the brother and see the downloads that he's been getting to tell this narrative about the sun. And it's so interesting in science. In science, they were saying that the sun was going to be low, as far as temperature. And that has completely turned around. We are into August. There has been record-breaking temperatures all over the world. The sun is so active. They may have been doing this before, but there are so many articles and new studies coming about the sun every single day, because the corona, which is, when you break down the etymology of it, that means crown. The crown of the sun is rising. You know what I'm saying? This is not coincidental. All this is in perfect timing, because we are in our Jubilee year, the 400 the 400-year curse of us is over. And that ended in 2019. And in Jubilee year, you will see every knee bend and every tongue shall confess. And what are we seeing in the world right now? Are we not seeing them? Did the prophet Noble Jew Ali say that the pilgrims were telling themselves? And what are they doing? They're out there just telling on themselves. We're seeing our feet being washed in public. You know what I'm saying? I know that's a small band-aid due to the injustices that we have been receiving for hundreds of years, but we are literally in real time seeing prophecy fulfilled. So all my people out there, don't throw away your Bible. I know a lot of us step into this consciousness and we feel betrayed by Christianity because we feel like we've been lied to. But what I want to tell my people that are just coming into this awakening, don't be mad at Christianity. Don't be mad at your parents. Don't be mad at your auntie, your uncle, your cousins, or your grandparents, because they are just teaching you what they think is right. And they learned that from their grandparents. They learned that from their parents. They are going about things in which they think is the right way. We are the generation that has the power of knowledge. We are conscious. We are hip. So now they say how things run in the family. Well, you know what? That can end with us, because we have the knowledge. We have the foresight. We have the perspective to say that's not right. Like, yeah, Nana, I know you think this is right, but this is a better way of going about that, and not being disrespectful to your elders, but letting them know the information is being updated, and this is how we can go about this to get the result that you want. This is how we can get it. This is how we can get it more effectively. You understand me? You know what I'm saying? Talk black to me. Talk wealthy to me. But back to the conference. You know, when I go live with Blue Pill sometimes, and he's told me, he was like, yo, I see that you want to have these type of conversations, but, you know, you need to know certain information. And he always suggests to me Dog Star Hip Hop by the Kabbalah God A.A. Rashid. I unfortunately was not able to get a book from him this time, but I just didn't have the money at the time. You know, he charges $106 for his books, and there's nothing wrong with that because the information there is so valuable. And I don't mind paying $106 for a book because I understand the information, I understand the value that it will bring to my life. But I'm being real. I had the money. I just wanted to have fun in the land. I wanted to turn up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted to have a little bit of the bubbly. I wanted to chill. I wanted to have fun. Now I'm kind of regretting it because I really wish that I would have just brought that book for him right then and there. Because I got him signature, all that right then and there. But, you know, that's nor here nor there. But the conference was so dope. Like I said, they were putting us in the mythos, and it's so important of putting ourselves in the mythos. You know, the Kabbalah God was breaking down the tree of life and how we can see ourselves in it and how we can use this information to help ourselves, how we can help others. I'm going to have a full video, just a recap, like just strictly on the DMT conference, where I'm going to be showing some of their speeches, some of the things that they were saying, some of the pictures like that. So that's the reason why I'm not just like tapping in so deep to what he was saying, because I'm going to have a whole video just literally focused on what he was saying. And this all connects. This all comes around in a big circle because, like I said, the undertone of it was putting ourselves in the mythos, and all of them did that, but just in different perspectives. Now, day two was more. It was a hands-on workshop with Kefra and Rahaku and A.A. Rashid, and they were just tapping into it. You know, Rahaku was showing us how you read your own chart. You know, how you take the degrees and, you know, your house and stuff like that. And this is something I am not versed in at all. I don't really have too much experience when it comes to, I don't have too much experience or knowledge when it comes to astrology, so I was very enthralled. But like I said, I was down there doing media, so a lot of the times, not that I wasn't paying attention, but I'm capturing pictures, I'm capturing the right camera angles, I'm recording, so maybe some of the things that he was saying were kind of going one ear out the other because I'm more worried about the angle and the perspective that I'm at. But like I said, I have so much footage of it that I'm going to be putting out there, and I'm also going to be getting my own personal reading from Rahaku. Like she said, if you ain't got a reading about Rahaku, you are a fool, and that is something that I am not. And just like I said, the personal experience that I had with him, just giving that nugget of information that I gave him, and him giving me back that mountain back full, it was amazing. And like I said, Kefra, one of his master students, I'm gonna go into Philly and tap in with him about this type of information. But what I learned is the importance of astrology, the importance of mythos, of seeing yourself in the mythos. As my intellectual father, Professor Kaba, would tell us, we are the original teachers. And what we are seeing in the world is we have taught the pilgrims. We have given the pilgrims an intellectual meal that their digestive system is not rich enough to take in. So when your digestive system cannot take in something, you throw it back up. So our ancestors taught the pilgrims, you know what I'm saying, everything they know, except for, you know, except for the violent stuff. That's on their own. That's from, you know, lack of a soul, but that's a whole other subject for another time. They cannot digest that intellectual meal, so then they throw it back up. They cannot take that intellectual, they cannot take the enzymes from that intellectual meal that was given to them, so they throw it back up. So I'm saying all that to say is, we are getting that throw up. That is what being taught to a lot of us. And until you start to wake up, stop taking a throw up and go back to the original source. You understand me? You know what I'm talking about? Talk black to me. Talk wealthy to me. You understand me? So, you know, with that being said, we are definitely, we're getting back to now to cutting out the middle now, to cutting the middleman out and just getting back to the original source of knowledge. You know what I'm talking about? And this all, like I said, all this connects because this all goes back into seeing yourself in the mythos. And I don't find it ironic. I don't find it as coincidental. I just find it alignment that Black is King dropped, you know, on that day. It was supposed to, the day that I was supposed to do the video. You know what I'm saying? And that gave me so much more to work with. You know, a lot of people are gonna say, and listen, I'm not here to defend anybody. I don't know what people do on their private time. I don't know what they're involved with. I don't know what they're not involved with. But listen, I'm not talking about the past. I'm not talking about what they've done before. I am talking about right here in the context of the here and now. In the context of here and now, Black is King is awesome. It is something that we absolutely needed. Now, a lot of us are starting to wake up naturally. It's just a sign of the times. A lot of our friends like this, a lot of our family members like this, so it is something that's naturally occurring. But a lot of us are still knuckle draggers. A lot of us still got our hand in the sign, or, oh, I don't believe in that woke stuff, and all that stuff. That's why I am so happy. I am enthralled. I feel an overwhelming sense of joy because Beyoncé, the queen of the beehive, a lot of people that follow, I'm not trying to knock y'all, but a lot of y'all are knuckle draggers. A lot of y'all y'all don't care about the important shit in life. But if Beyoncé makes knowing your history and knowing your culture and knowing your true self value important, that other people will see that. And I have to praise the woman for that. Anybody that was involved with Black is King, I have to give you my praises because they put an emphasis on valuing yourself, valuing your history, valuing your culture, knowing where you come from. Because if you don't know where you're going, because if you don't know where you came from, you sure as hell don't know where you're going. You know what I'm saying? She said it in there. We were beautiful before they even knew what beauty was. When the scenes, the motifs of them going back into the water, of coming back to where you came from, those are beautiful motifs, and especially if you know what you are looking at, if you can decipher it. There is a scene in there where Beyonce is floating in the water, and she's speaking, and the only thing that I wish that was different was I wish that water was all black, because we all come from the primordial waters, come from that triple blackness. Before the beginning began, there was the primordial waters. You know what I'm saying? And then it had to come up out of itself to acknowledge itself. And that's exactly what we all are. We are the creator experiencing itself subjectively. But the creator had to call itself to name itself. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're everything, you have to rise up out of yourself and you have to call your own name to experience yourself subjectively. And that's all what we're doing right now. So there were so many lovely motifs. As above, so below. The passing down of energy, the passing down of stories. You know, when you see the young ladies doing that, that's a form of storytelling. That's them passing down their mythos, because there was a story that goes along with that. There's a sequence that goes along with that, with passing down the energy and passing down mythos. You know, she presented Christianity in there, Moors, the Dogon, the Nation of Islam, Yoruba, the Orisha tribes. There was a plethora, a pantheon of symbolism. And I know out there's going to be a lot of people out there, oh, that's satanic. She's running around with the horns and the Baphomet. And here it is. Y'all don't know what y'all are looking at. And that's sure, I'm not trying to knock y'all, but try to get your knowledge up. Because if you look at her with the horns and you're saying that's satanic, then you truly just don't know what you're looking at. What Beyonce was evoking was the spirit of Hathor. Go into ancient. You can. This is all. You can Google all. This is so easy to find. Look up the role that Hathor played in the ancient in the role of ancient Egypt, and that's why she was wearing that. You know what I'm saying? She was dropping mad jewels on y'all, and the only thing y'all want to worry about, oh, is that Freemasonry? First off, stop acting like Freemasonry is a bad thing, because if you know anything about Freemasonry, that is just more science. Now, have there been people that have come in there and that have manipulated it and brought in their own sick doctrine into it and manipulated it into something else? Yes, but the basis of Freemasonry comes right out of Moorish science. You, Asiatic black man or woman, you, melanated black man or woman, God of the universe, God and goddesses of the universe, cream of the crop, top of the top, the elite. That's what it all is. And for all of you that are so stuck on the masonry, if you really knew your masonry, you would, like I said, and this all comes back full circle, you would see the mythos being played out in real time. Jay-Z, Beyoncé, J and a B. If you really know about Freemasonry, you would know about the symbolism that the J and the B represent. You would know about the two pillars in King Solomon's temple. Talk black to me. Talk knowledgeable to me. Y'all gotta miss me with your first grade masonry. Y'all call everything masonry. Oh, this is masonry. No, this is a sign of power. These are symbols that were used hundreds and years before this quote-unquote white man came about and started using these things for their own evil tactics. And they only try to make it evil to keep you away from it. You understand me? Talk black to me. Talk knowledgeable to me. Miss me with all this masonry stuff and y'all only got a first level, ironically, I only got a first level degree on it. I'm not a mason, but I understand the importance that masonry plays in our community, that masonry plays in our society. I understand the motifs. I understand the symbolism of it. You know what I'm saying? I am no longer in the shallow grave. I have raised up to the shallow grave, and I'm sitting at the pillars being well aware of what I am witnessing and what I am experiencing. Whole other conversation, one other time. People that know what I'm talking about realize how fucking tapped in I am, but whatever. Anywho, I seen the reactions that Black is King was getting on Instagram and Facebook before I actually seen it myself. And I seen a lot of people saying that it brought them to tears. And, Beyonce has a lot of passionate fans. So I'm like, okay, that's whatever. That's understandable. They're just very passionate fans. But when I watch it, I can understand why it brought a tear to people's eyes. The Black pride, the complexity, the history, the song Brown Skinned Girls. That's such a beautiful song, and it touches the soul, and what she was showing. Like she showed Queen of Four. She had Queen of Four in the video. Most of y'all don't even know who Queen of Four is and how important she is to our culture. And she featured her on it and had some of her artwork in there. And the only thing y'all want to talk about is something being satanic. Miss me with that bullshit, because y'all don't even know what y'all looking at. Shout out to Queen of Four. Queen of Four is a world-around natural apologist. I think it's a natural apologist, but she is world-renowned. She's been healing men and women for 30 years plus. Google Queen of Four. Go into her Instagram. Buy some of her products. You know what I'm talking about? Because her books are beneficial for both men and women. I had the benefit of meeting her throughout this, and the energy is amazing. Shout out to Queen of Four. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Return of Gods that's going to be coming on Lionsgate down in Atlanta. Like I said, that's the new epicenter of consciousness. They're having all the biggest event down in Atlanta. Atlantis. You know what I'm saying? The Black woman. That's what that means. Talk black to me. Talk wealthy to me. Talk knowledgeable to me. You understand me? So to get back to this, she was, in this, they were just showing the architectural symbols. They were showing so many motifs and symbols. So miss me with all that evil stuff and focus on what she was showing you. Study what she was showing you. She was uplifting you, black man and black woman, melanated black man and black woman. She was uplifting y'all with that. You know what I'm saying? Get out of your ego. Get out of your own way and look at the symbolism. Study the symbolisms, because she was showing you inside the videos. Once again, this comes around full circle. She was showing the mythos, because Black is King. You know what I'm talking about? Talk black to me. But with that being said, as we start to wind things out, I want to end things out. There's going to be some changes in the Richie Moon Show. So after today, after this video goes up, I'm actually changing the name. I will still be referred to as Mr. Richie Moon God, but my Instagram handle is going to change to The Richie Moon Show. As you can see on my shirt, you can see Moon of All Shades. In another month or so, I am so proud to announce that I will be launching my clothing line, Moon of All Shades. And as you see me, I've been getting well versed with the camera. Boom, boom, boom. Moon's Eye View _. That is my new Instagram page, and that's where I have all my videos, all my photos of the photography that I've been doing. And I have so many things to upload. It's going to be fire. I'm going to be uploading maybe like 10 things a day because I have so many pictures. I've been going around New York City and just really getting a sense of the city. I have so many pictures of Atlanta. I have some pictures of the DMT, the DMT lectures. I've been working closely these days with Red Pill, so I have so much exclusive footage of him and things that are coming out like that. So it's just super, super, super dope. This is a very exciting time that we are living in. We are living through a corona rising. We are living through a mass awakening of our people. We are living in a day and age where gold water is being tapped into, because gold is naturally a part of our body, but through the environment, through the way we were raised, those things kind of seep out of us. But this is putting it back into us, putting us back in our right mindset, putting us back in our right godly mindset. But with that being said, tap into my new Instagram page, Moon's Eye View _. The Mr. Richie Moon will officially be changed to The Richie Moon Show. Moon of All Shades will be launching next month, and I just want to say thank you to everybody that's tapped into my show, that listens to my podcast, that subscribed to me on YouTube. And before we end it out, before we officially close it out, I just want to end it on, people think that my show is random, but it's not. It's not random at all. I started my show in June. June is governed by the Gemini. Gemini is governed by the mental and the lungs. It's an air sign. It's a sign that can see things from all perspectives, from different polarities, from different energies. And if you notice, I had so many different type of energies on my first show, from my man Will down at Juice Aid, to Ancient Aura Jewelry, to the actual twins of Red Pill and Blue Pill. You know what I'm talking about? To having Vashti Whitfield all the way out in Australia, to having Barry Duffield all the way out in New Zealand. Shout out to my guy Simon Mills, who's all the way out in New Zealand too. I'm having different people from different perspectives, different walks of life, giving me, they're telling the same story, but like they're telling it from different perspectives and different walks of life. And that represents the Gemini, that represents the air sign, that represents the mentality, the mental of being able to see things, being able to tell the same story from different perspectives. Then we had Father's Day, you know what I'm saying? Then we had the solar eclipse in there. I personally, I write articles as well. You tap into my link in the bio, you can see on Vocal, I actually patched up the relationship with my father and I. You know what I'm saying? And that happened to happen around Father's Day. So all these things are in synchronicity. Then we move out of the Gemini and we move into Cancer, which is more focused on the divine feminine energy. And if you notice, all my shows in July will focus on the woman. Shout out to my girl Shakira, who was on A Long Day and a Night on Netflix. Eve Milan, who owns her own spa in White Plains. To Yuru, who is actually having a book reading for her poetry book Crashing today. And Nikki Thoughts on there. I had a plethora of women, of beautiful, beautiful black queens in there talking about their business, talking about what they're doing, talking about their artistry, because July was represented by Cancer, the divine feminine. Now, I only have one guy, my guy Wheezy, the best barber alive, you know what I'm saying? And that, as we move into August, as we move into Leo, as we move into our coronation, you know what I'm talking about? I'm going to have a lot of divine masculine energy on there. And we're getting into the Haitian Revolution. And we're getting into the anniversary / birthday of hip hop. So I'm going to have a lot of MCs out there. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my new tribe that I made out there. Shout out to Sabrina. Shout out to Raven. Shout out to Young Trav. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you know what I'm saying? There's so many people I met down there. So many dope MCs out there that I'm going to have on the show to represent that fiery energy. And we're coming into our coronation as we're coming into Leo. So my show is not random. It's not just an arbitrary assortment of guests. This is very much hand-picked. This is very much done on purpose. But I just wanted to give that a wrap up. With that being said, I am Mr. Richie Moon God, This is the Richie Moon Show. I want to thank y'all for tapping in with me, taking the time to watch my show. Subscribe on YouTube, like, share, and subscribe. Tapping with me on all major platforms as far as podcasts go. And once again, I am Mr. Richie Moon. This has been the Richie Moon Show. I want to thank y'all. I love you to life. I don't love you to death. I love you to life. I love you, love you, love you, love you, love you, love you, love you to life. Peace, love, and light to you, family. Thank you once again for tapping in with me. And maybe I might do another solo show again, but you know, I use this platform to uplift other people, to give them the edutainment, the education and entertainment combined. And I want to give other people the platform to talk their talk and walk their walk. But I'm going to tap out with y'all. Once again, I love y'all to life. I love y'all to life. This is Mr. Richie Moon God here, tapping out with y'all. This has been the Richie Moon Show. I love y'all to life. Peace, love, and light to y'all.